All right, so a great question here from Jemima. Find the first term of the sequence that exceeds 10,000. And so we go ahead and we try and figure out the general term. We use this rule, un equals u1r to the power of n minus 1. And we come up with this formula. A couple of things we need to be careful of here. First of all, this one, the ratio, remember? We obtain the ratio from taking one term and dividing it by the preceding term. So in this case, we could take 10 and divide it by 5. That's right, we could get r is equal to 2. I think we've got it upside down there. The other thing is, if we're doing, it's fine to do this with an equal sign, but I'm going to do it, seeing as though it said exceeds, I want the term 5 times 2 to the power of n minus 1 to be greater than 10,000. It's only a little thing, but it just helps us organise our thinking and make sure we're doing it correctly. Now, this is a very good point. I'm not sure how to get n minus 1 down from the power. It does make perfect sense. We can use logarithms to do it, which we haven't done yet. And given this is going to be a non-calculator exam, the first one, I'll show you how to do it without. Then we'll do it with, just to make sure you can see how to do it both ways, because we probably remember logs from last year. So the first thing I'm going to do here with this equation, now that I've got it, divide by 5, and I've got 2,000 is less than or equal to 2 to the power of n minus 1. Well, if I know my powers of 2, and we're pretty good at powers of 2, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64, 128, 256, 512, 1024, 2048. The first term that's going to exceed 2000 is 2 to the power of 11. So from that I can conclude that n minus 1 must equal 11, therefore n equals 12, and the 12th term will be the first one to exceed 10,000. Yes, not 2,000, 10,000. That was an equivalent question once we got to it. So the first term to exceed 10,000, well, that means that's the same as saying I need 2 to the power of something to exceed 2,000. The power was 11. The 11th power is the first one over 2,000. So that must mean the 12th term of the sequence is the first one over 10,000. Let's check and see if that's true. What do I get when I calculate U12? Well, it's 5 multiplied by 2, and we've chosen that it must be to the power of 12 minus 1. So that's 5 times 2 to the power of 11. 5 multiplied by 2048, and yeah, we've got 10,240, so we know we've exceeded it and we've done well. Alright, how would I do it if it was a big number, if it were powers that you weren't expected to be able to do in your head? How could I still get from this line here, 2000 is less than or equal to 2 to the power of n minus 1? And the answer is we use logarithms. We should remember that the log of 2000 be less than or equal to the log of 2 to the power of n minus 1. And what's the little trick that we get to do here? That's right, you can put your power out the front. The log, I'll write the rule down here, log of n to the power of p is the same as p multiplied by the log of n. So the log of 2000 is less than or equal to n minus 1 multiplied by the log of 2. I'm now allowed to divide by the log of 2, so I've got the log of 2000 divided by the log of 2 is less than or equal to n minus 1. Add 1 to that, and we've got our answer. N must be greater than the log of 2000 divided by the log of 2. I can get rid of that working underneath because it's getting a bit messy there. So just dividing each side there. And then what was the other thing that we had to do? We already had that expression. That's right, we needed to add 1 to each side. What does that equal? Well, let's go ahead and see if we can figure that out on our calculators. So we get our calculator up. You can't quite see it all. That might be a little bit better. Calculator's up. Let's just go to our run page. And let's see what we can do. Log of 2000. So log 2000 divided by the log of 2. add 1. We need n to be greater than 11.965. Given that these are terms in a sequence, that must mean n is equal to 12 or more. Oh, writing it the wrong way around. So 12 is less than or equal to n is the same as n is greater than or equal to 12. And every term after the 12th term will be in excess of 10,000. I hope that helps. Keep up the good work and keep the questions coming. Cheers.